What's going on, Geminites? It's your boy Gem Mint.
Milton the Manimal.
We're about to go watch Spider-Man Far From Home. This is going to be a non-spoiler review, so stay tuned. Alright, so first of all, we haven't gone to see the movie yet. We're about ready to head out anytime now.
Yeah. So what's your expectations?
So I have very high expectations.
It's been getting some good reviews.
It's been getting good reviews. Yeah. It's I had low expectations for Homecoming.
Okay.
And it didn't really meet my expectations either.
Because you're a Spider-Man fan who is not a big Spider-Man Marvel MCU fan.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. My favorite character, big fan of the original trilogy, not so much of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. Yeah. And the Tom Holland stuff, I don't really love. I don't love he's up Mr. Stark's ass, Iron Man's ass. I don't like that. You know, he's very young, but even though he was young in the comics, he never really acted like that to me.
Yeah, not so much.
He was always like, first of all, in this comics, if you want to talk about when he was young, he tried to like get hired on the Fantastic Four to get paid. Like he was trying to get bread.
It almost is a little bit more, and you're reading this now, like the Ultimate Spider-Man kind of.
It is. I have high expectations for this one because I'm hearing such good things. I think Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, I'm excited to see what he does.
They're really kind of pinning it too as like an epilogue to Avengers Endgame.
Right, and I think that's really a nice
cool
touch because this is the last phase of Phase 3 of the whole Infinity Saga. I'm hearing it's giving us hints towards the future of the MCU, so I'm really excited for that.
Which is good because we didn't get shit at the end of Endgame.
Which we didn't need, right?
We didn't need. But now it's like I didn't want it at the time, but now I'm like,
now I'm gonna need something.
I need something
because we don't even really know what movies are coming out now.
No,
we have like an idea, like maybe Black Panther 2, Guardians 3,
Doctor Strange,
but we don't know like what's the overall deal.
Right.
So your expectations for this?
They're pretty high.
You're high too.
Yeah, they're high.
I think they're gonna get mad. I've been seeing people that we know who have seen it that were like, bruh.
I think the only thing that kind of throws me off is just like the idea of Spider-Man outside of New York.
Okay.
It'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think it's not a deal breaker for me, but it's just so outside the norm.
But I feel like the building scene, I think it's not like he's going to the desert area. He's not coming to El Paso.
Yeah, what are you going to the desert? Like, what would he even do? What's he slinging at?
Nothing.
He's just trekking.
So I'm sure he'll be swinging off Big Ben or doing all that kind of shit, Eiffel Tower and all that.
There'll be a lot of like classic stuff like that.
You know, I'm going to call predictions right now. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious for comic fans. Mysterio is not going to be a good guy.
Yeah.
Those 4 elemental monsters are either not going to be real or they're going to be in on it.
Yeah, some kind of like he's setting it up to be a good guy type situation.
Right, exactly. But I'm
he
sure
he creates the problem to hype himself up.
Do you think the multiverse, because we've got teased about the multiverse, do you think that's going to be real or no?
I'm hoping it's not.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Although it does help us introduce X-Men and Fantastic Four at the end of this saga for a brand new X-Men and Fantastic Four, which traditionally have been there from the start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't feel like I want them to come because of some loophole multiverse thing.
It's a loophole.
Yeah.
It's a fucking loophole.
It's a loophole, and I don't like it.
All right, so let's not blab on too much. We're going to go see Far From Home right now, and we will come back with a non-spoiler review. Alright guys, what's going on? We just got back from Spider-Man Far From Home. This is going to be non-spoilers. We're going to do a whole separate video talking spoilers, so this is just going to give like our thoughts.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of tricky.
No, I think we got it.
Okay.
I'm just going to start by this.
Yeah, you start.
I didn't like it.
At all.
I didn't like the movie.
At all?
There were some parts that I liked that I'll talk about in the spoiler section, but overall, I did not like this movie, and I'm about to go off on all those things that I didn't like.
So, I'll agree with you. The first, like, I don't even want to say. Let's just say 30 minutes.
The first act.
Let's just say 30 minutes of it.
Slow as hell. It was whack as hell.
I sat there and I was like, what am I watching?
Bro, and the main reason why is what you were worried about going in. Was that, okay, you got Peter Parker and he's Spider-Man and he's in another country, he's in Paris, like what's that going to be like?
Kind of taking out the element.
What Spider-Man story is this?
It was kind of like a, and I know that's kind of what they said Spider-Man Homecoming was, with a John Hughes movie with occasionally Peter Parker became Spider-Man in the first like 30, 40 minutes. Like no one's trying to watch a Peter Parker movie, man.
Whack. So first of all, I think that this whole Spider-Man MCU cast is miscast. MJ, obviously. Flash Thompson. I hate the kid who plays Flash Thompson. Then you got the guy Ned Leeds. Like, that's Ned Leeds. And then Tom Holland. Like, Tom Holland looks like a good kid. Looks like a good guy. I hate how he plays Spider-Man. He's so nervous and bumbly and awkward. He has zero confidence.
Yeah.
Like, look, you're coming off Andrew Garfield, who was too confident, too cocky. And then this kid is just like the polar opposite. Like, give me someone in the middle. Tobey Maguire was in the middle.
See, I actually liked Andrew and Toby, and I don't dislike Tom Holland. I think my biggest thing, and this was kind of one of your concerns and why you didn't like Homecoming, was also this is still very dependent on the ghost of Tony Stark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so strong Tony Stark that it's almost not even Spider-Man. I don't like how tech heavy it is.
Very tech
with
heavy.
The Spidey stuff. Like, everything is based on tech suits. It's basically an Iron Man, Iron Spider.
So what I was saying earlier in the car is that they made him too big too soon. Right out the gate, okay, Civil War, you already gave him a fancy suit with fancy web shooters, and then Infinity War, he's in outer space, he's the Iron Spider. He was almost the Iron Spider at the end of Homecoming.
They tried to take it away from him in Homecoming when he basically got grounded by Tony Stark, but that also was kind of lame as well.
Aunt May is miscast. I did not like this movie. The action scenes, we'll talk about it in the spoilers video, but they did nail some of the action scenes.
This is a safe topic. Let's talk about Mysterio. Okay. I loved Mysterio. I thought that was awesome.
Mysterio looked great. They really showcased his powers well. And I think that had this movie been in New York with this Mysterio, it would have been much better. Because this other stuff he's in the Netherlands, he's in Paris, he's in Prague. Like
Prague.
Where the hell is this guy?
He's in Prague.
He's with sheep. He's in the tulip
in Venice,
field. What? That is not Spider-Man. Like, if you would have had... I'm going to save this for the spoilers.
Yeah.
But let me just say this. If you would have had the end credit scene scenario with this Mysterio... But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Blending those... We'll talk about it there.
You're saying there's a lot of elements. The Mysterio stuff was great, but there were so many things that really bummed you out about it.
Everything else except for Mysterio bummed me out about this movie.
Okay. Dang. That's big. I'm not that against it. Just mainly because I also am not as big of a Spidey fan as
Let me tell you what about Tom Holland. He's not a likable character. Did you like this? Did you see this Peter Parker and like, yo, Peter Parker's cool, or he's dope, or whatever? Like how you look at Tony Stark.
I don't like the dependence on Tony. I don't like the ball washing of Tony pretty much throughout the whole show.
He doesn't have his own identity.
Spidey's always been Spidey and barely dips in with anyone else. And
this guy's depending on Nick Fury. He's depending on Mysterio. He's depending on Happy. He's depending on Tony Stark. Like, bro, he's got no identity.
Yeah, that's very true. He hasn't become his own Spidey.
Because he's not his own person.
He doesn't even want to do that. Like, he doesn't even want to do the stuff that they want him to do.
But he always has to get the suit built by someone else. He doesn't make his own suit, his own
the plans by this guy, the missions by this guy. He's forced into doing all these things. And then he's pulling the Yorick on Why the Last Man. Hey, I know the world's about to end and everything, but I really just want to go kiss this girl. Like, bitch, ain't gonna be no girl if the world ends. Fuck?
Like, I get the idea. I get the story and the dynamic of, like, juggling. He just came out of something super catastrophic with the end game and losing Tony Stark and whatnot, and juggling being a kid and whatnot. But it's just like...
But, bro, you're 16. When I was 16... Bruh, it was a way different scenario than this kid.
So before we get to spoilers, I want to talk about how moderately confusing the whole blip Thanos snap thing was.
So I did kind of like that. They're trying to bring us up to speed with what's in the universe. Right. Okay, so these people blipped and these people didn't, and now they're old and they're the same.
So how convenient that all Parker's friends blipped.
Yeah.
They didn't age,
his whole class, except for the one kid.
Yeah, well,
how fucking convenient.
Yeah. Wow, how convenient is fucking that?
The jokes were not funny. The only thing I really laughed at, and I'm going to say this because there's no context, but Night Monkey was pretty funny.
Okay.
But the jokes didn't hit. It's just like, when you're watching Iron Man, Tony Stark is charismatic, he's funny, and like, you laugh, you know what I'm saying? Right. But this one was like, just whack, man. It's fucking whack, man.
So what are you going to give it on a scale of, let's go with our tiers. You're going to put it in tier 1, 2, or 3?
Top of the bottom tier, man. It's like the lower middle. What kind of movie is this? Is this an action movie? Is it a comedy? Is it just, can we just say these are comic book movies and it doesn't matter?
Teen drama movie?
This shit was whack, man. I'm disappointed. Spider-Man's my favorite character. What Spider-Man story is this? Hey, we're going to make him go out of the country and then Mysterio's going to be there and he's going to be from the multiverse. Like, what? I guess they just didn't want to destroy New York again. But like, bro, in the comics, it's like Gotham. Like, bro, if you live in New York...
Yeah. Maybe it's just, they were like, let's take him away from New York because it gives him a little bit room to breathe from all the other heroes. I don't know.
It's been like, what, 5 years? It was 8 years from Homecoming to Avengers 1, remember? Or whatever the thing said.
Not Avengers 1.
Yeah, from the Battle of New York to Homecoming was like 8 years.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And now you had 5 years later, so you're telling me you can't have another New York battle like 13 years later?
Well, we did see, like I said, I was telling you later, and we'll talk about this in spoilers, but there was a part was fully reconstructed from the Battle of Avengers 1 at the end of this movie. So
I
yeah,
didn't
you're
even
right.
catch that shit though.
Yeah, that's because it's a very famous New York scene.
So everyone's telling me, Gem, you got to see Spider-Man. Did you see it yet? Like everyone thinks I'm gonna love it, and I think a lot of people love it. But yo, I might be the odd man out this time.
I'm a little bit here. I wasn't too crazy about. I mean, I liked Homecoming for what it is. This doesn't feel like a Spider-Man movie to me. This feels like an Avengers MCU movie where you're just trying to like give a character. I don't feel like I definitely agree with what you're saying. They haven't found his identity yet.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how you're gonna find it in like a third movie.
So listen, if you guys have seen the movie, we're gonna drop another video right back to back with spoilers, and I'm gonna be able to talk a lot about what I did like about this movie, because that's the only part that they really got right. And we'll talk about the end credit scene, post credit scene, and
Just so you know, there's two.
there's two. So stay to the end. We're back to doing that. And I get this feeling like I look forward more to what's coming next than the actual movie. I know you don't really feel like that, but I really wanted to see this to see where they're going to go with the MCU down the road.
This one, though, I think it's a fair statement with this movie because everyone knew it's almost like had the same aspect of Dark Phoenix, where it was like, look, it's the end of an era. It's kind of like an epilogue movie.
Right. You know shit is coming.
A lot of people were kind of like, we also know that the implications of this movie may not be too larger. We want to know
Right.
what's coming next.
Because of the implications.
So let us know what you think about Spider-Man Far From Home in the comments below. Am I tripping? Let me know, am I crazy? Because I feel like I'm the only sane one out here right now. Make sure to hit that like or dislike if you don't agree. This might be one of the ones that gets...
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? We all don't have to like the same things. If that was the case, then we would live in a boring world. So make sure to subscribe to the channel. Daily content. Stay minty. Peace.